So it looks like Tesla could be done in Germany if this new survey is anything to go by, and it's really not surprising. This headline, Tesla is done in Germany. 94% say they won't buy a Tesla car. This is an electric, and it's from a German media survey. A survey of 100,000 Germans, which is quite a big survey, revealed that 94% won't buy a Tesla vehicle. It doesn't bode well for the automaker whose sales had already been falling off a cliff in the important European market. Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. That's what we're going to get into today. We're going to have a look at the story and the things, the events surrounding it, and what Elon's been saying that could have led Germany to dump Tesla and to be anti-Elon Musk. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? This too. I mean, this is one of them. This is just this week. This is not a long time ago. He says he's not a fascist. He's not far right, but it seems like gaslighting when he does this. He did delete this, but he reposted this. Stalin, Mao, and Hitler didn't murder millions of people. Their public sector workers did. So some Holocaust denial there, some shifting of responsibility away from the leaders, and he has a lot of power. I mean, this is just disgraceful, disgusting. There was backlash on this, and how can his supporters keep supporting him when he does things like this? And how can he deny what people are saying, what people are protesting about at this point, and certainly people stopping buying Tesla products, Starlink products, leaving X for Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky, by the way. And so let's get more into this. In 2024, Tesla saw a 41% reduction in sales in Germany compared to 2023, despite EV sales surging 27% during the year. So the market's actually growing, Tesla going down. And by the way, if you could hear piano noises, as I said in my last video, which I recorded just before, I've got some piano practice going on for my son. It's just the way it is. Pianos are loud through the walls, but we will persist with it. So if you hear a bit of sound, that's from that. This has already raised red flags about Tesla's future in Germany, but it is nothing compared to Tesla's performance so far in 2025. Tesla sales down 70% in the first 2 months of 2025. And again, that's compared to its already poor performance in 2024. So things not going well in Germany and in Europe as well. The whole of Europe, who has this, history with fascism. Hello, World War II. People don't forget, even generations on. There are many factors at play, including increased EV competition and the Model Y changeover. But in recent months, industry experts have attributed Tesla's decline in the country to Germans being upset with Tesla CEO Elon Musk meddling in local elections and promoting the far-right AfD party. So it's really not surprising. I've made videos about this before. AfD did get actually 20% of the vote, which was substantial, but that means that the rest of people who didn't support AfD are angry at Elon Musk for supporting it, for trying to get them to win. It's really not surprising that people are not buying Tesla cars in Germany anymore. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest. It goes on. This does not help Tesla's prospects in Europe, particularly Germany. Only 20% of voters sided with AfD, as I just said, and Tesla shouldn't necessarily count on them being potential customers. No, I would think not. And now a survey of 100,000 Germans by T-Online about Tesla showed that only 3% of respondents would consider buying a Tesla vehicle. And, people who do buy Teslas, who still want to, are pretty keen on it and would probably answer this survey as well. I'd say if the US Tesla advocates, the supporters of Elon are pretty keen. So this is pretty telling, I think. It's a rejection that couldn't be clearer. More than 94% of T-Online readers say they won't buy a Tesla again. Only 3% said they would still consider a car from the former electric pioneer. Around 100,000 readers voted, a record turnout as well. The message is clear. Germans are turning their backs on Tesla. Those are impressive results, Electric says, and they explain Tesla's current sales in Germany. Americans' impression of Tesla is tanking among moderates, liberals, and general population. This is pretty clear. The survey from YouGov, it is. Conservatives, it's gone up, which isn't surprising given how much that the president Trump's been pumping Tesla, Elon's been pumping Tesla, Fox News has been pumping Tesla, but so conservatives are, let's say, brainwashed into supporting Elon because of MAGA, because of Doge, but everybody else, look at everybody else, moderates, general population, liberals, all way down. So it's just not surprising. Now, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I'd really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. That would be great. Thanks. And we've got people protesting like this online. This is John Cusack, who's a famous actor, but also an activist, with the posting like this. So it's really not surprising that this is hitting in Germany when, that it reflects on this and Elon posting things that are basically seem fascist. They just blatantly. So Fred Lambert from Electric says Tesla's brand destruction will be studied in universities and featured in history books, quite possibly. Elon cultists and Tesla all-ins are clinging to the hope that conservatives are going to buy EVs, replacing the progressive market, but it's not the right way to look at it. I wonder if this will be the case, that there'll be such a big decline that it's one for the history books, that Elon's really tanked it. He doesn't seem to care, but he's still got SpaceX and other companies, but it's really not good. This is his only public company. So Fred says cars are not supposed to be political. This is why CEOs aren't publicly political so much, because they want to sell to as many customers as possible. Makes sense. Elon's gone against that. It's true that progressives are more inclined to buy EVs, but even if a significant percentage of conservatives do buy Tesla vehicles, Tesla is still screwed because it alienated roughly half the market. It seems like common sense. Why alienate half the market? You sold to liberals and now you're going to sell to conservatives, but do you have to alienate, one group in order to try and sell to the other group? And do conservatives even like EVs? Seem to still like fossil fuel ICE cars, ICE trucks, rather than the Cybertruck, apart from the odd person making a political point of it, perhaps. Tesla sales are slumping in the US too. This headline, I think, Business Insider. Tesla sales are slumping across the globe, including in the US. According to industry data, new US Tesla registrations fell 11% in January, even as rivals sales surge. So EV sales going up, Tesla's going down. It's not a good trend for Tesla. Sales have plummeted in Europe and China, and Tesla faces protests over CEO Elon Musk in the US. Yes, protests online, protests offline. This is why the Trump did an infomercial for Elon Musk, who has donated hugely to his campaign. Basically, he did an ad for his biggest political donor. That's what that was. I think a lot of people saw through that. Tesla registrations and public opinion are in free fall, The Verge says here. As Elon Musk takes a chainsaw to the federal government, Tesla stock has been plummeting. New data shows the company's problems don't end there. So this is about sales. This is so much data and anecdotal as well, based on what Elon basically tweeting every day, that is showing that he is actually a far-right fascist. Electric. Trump's Tesla commercial hasn't helped inventory or new orders. Electric has that article there. We've kind of seen that. And this is Fortune. Tesla's fall from grace may have no equal, says JP Morgan. So one of the investment banks. We struggle to think of anything analogous. So really, thinking of auto history, the fall from grace has just been huge, and it is spectacular. It's kind of the greatest show on earth, the biggest story on earth, and that's partly why I'm following it here, and a lot of people are too. So this headline as well, the public's impression of Tesla has sunk to its lowest levels ever. Tesla's image is especially bad among moderates and liberals. We saw that data, we saw the graph there about that. And this CNBC Business News, Tesla still has 40% more downside even after tumbling 50% since December, says Wells Fargo. So a lot of analysts turning against Tesla, not politically turning against them, just observing as investors do. observing the landscape, if you take the political away from it and you just observe what's going on, it doesn't seem great for the company itself. And this was in Seeking Alpha, an opinion here, another analyst. Tesla, sell the dip before things get worse. I must say this is not a financial advice. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not allowed to do that. So that I don't own Tesla stock at all. I'm not short Tesla stock either. Well, I don't want to short a meme stock, but no financial advice given here. I know a lot of people on YouTube do that. They shouldn't unless they're financial advisors, but that a lot of stock investors do. And they've gutted the SEC in the US, so who's going to catch them anyway at this point? It seems like the golden age of fraud, as Jim Chanos, a short seller, has pointed out. And, with Trump doing a meme coin just days before he took office, is this a golden age of fraud? This person's opinion here is that basically don't buy the dip. And Tesla hit with sell ratings as demand concerns weigh on the stock. So, analysts concerned about what's going on. And this is before those first quarter results come out. When that happens, it's going to be interesting to see if Elon's on the call, what he will say about the numbers that will be in April to the end of the quarter's the end of March. So the next earnings call is going to be very interesting indeed for Tesla. And this too, Tesla's got the self-driving, the robotaxis, their big thing. Elon's been talking about it for 10 years, and this is the year apparently. But former Waymo CEO on Tesla's robotaxi launch says there are many ways to fake robotaxi service. So my guess is that they will launch it, and it's going to be in Austin. So what he's saying is that it'll be in a geofenced area. There'll be teleoperations, so teleoperators looking at the driving. It is kind of like Waymo, but Elon's given the impression that it won't be like that. It'll just be, autonomous everywhere. And he might say that we're not allowed to do it yet, but this is what it is. But it could be very restricted and kind of fake. That would be my guess about what it is. So what do you think of this? Let me know in the comments what you think of all this. Do you think that Tesla is done in Germany, done in Europe perhaps, because of the history there, and US is being kind of seeming like they're against Europe at the moment. The Ukraine war comes into that, siding with Russia. That's another reason that Europeans are against Elon, against Tesla. It's not looking good. And of course, protests all over the US. My other video today was about this, the last weekend's protest. And, Elon's still tweeting out things that seem fascist, blatantly fascist. So it really isn't looking good. But let me know in the comments what you think. I always love to hear. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a related video right there. Do go and see that now if you want to, if you haven't seen it already. And a subscribe link I'm going to put on screen too. Do subscribe. There's a lot of people that watch these videos that haven't subscribed yet. Do subscribe. If you want to get more of this kind of video from me in the very near future, I'm doing these daily. And also hit that join button to check out membership if you want to support truly independent media on a monthly basis. And for right now, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.